Well, good day, viewers, and here we are again at Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood. And as you can see, nice blue sky, sun's shining, but it's cold out. Wind is still blowing. We had a lot of wind last night, and yesterday afternoon, the highest I saw it get to was 82 kilometers, but they were saying in the wind warning that we could have got to 90 maybe, and possibly in some locations that probably happened here. And the trees were a-going, that's for sure. I was expecting some trees down, and I was expecting the power out, and the power did flicker a few times here, but anyway, it never went out. So when we get a wind like that, and because of all the trees, these mountain ash are getting rotten, they usually have some limbs down, so I was out picking up a few of those, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with them. In the meantime, so we're at 7 degrees, like it's not really cold, I guess, but 7 degrees Celsius and 44 Fahrenheit. But yeah, we're still at 40-mile-an-hour winds from the northwest, the coldest wind in the world. Anyway, it is chilly that direction. And 64 kilometer an hour in the metric system, I guess. So anyway, supposed to get to 8 degrees today, and I guess it's probably pretty well there. So, and sunny, so that's what it's doing today. So 9 and chance of showers tomorrow, and 9 and cloudy on Wednesday, 7 degrees and mix of sun and cloud on Thursday, which is basically the same as today, but if there's no wind, it would be not too bad of a day. And 10 degrees on Friday with cloud. Rain on the weekend, of course, so 10 degrees on Saturday and 10 degrees on Sunday with a chance of showers. There we go. So not much going on here today, just going to be a quick little video, I guess, but as my aunt used to say, nothing startling or exciting going on here when I'd go to visit her. So anyway, we're going to give you a little update here on the leakin, beepin chainsaw. So I'm the type that I like to have backups, and it doesn't matter what it is. Tractors, or an extra pile of wood, or I don't like running out of something. I always was that way. I have a backup system. So some of you know the story on this, but anyway, I had troubles with saws here 2 years ago cutting up the Hurricane Fiona wood. So I ruined the saw. I bought one that was called a Little Beaver. Well, that was no good at all. It wouldn't even run hardly. You couldn't get it started, and if you did, it would quit and bog, and holy cats, it was terrible. So I took it back to where I bought it, and he said that he would take it back. He wouldn't give me my money back, but he would take it back and let me buy another saw. Isn't that nice? So anyway, I bought this. Well, this is supposed to be a quality built saw. Made in Japan. Owned by Husqvarna, as far as I know. So it should be a good saw, you would think. Anyway, when I first got it, Oh, same troubles. Hard to get going and quit and bog and wouldn't run and back and forth to the dealer trying to get it to work right. Finally, I think he got it to work right. Or not too bad, or whatever, I forget now. But in the meantime, it was leaking oil. And I can tell you for sure that I'm not crazy. Well, maybe I am, but for getting it out, I'm going to try and use it again. But when I would set this saw down on this table for less than a day, and you would pick it up, and there would be a puddle that big around underneath it. Barrel oil. So wherever you set it down, that's what it was doing. And I tried to fix it, and I took it back to the fellow I bought it from, and he thought he had it fixed, and it's not fixed, and blah, 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 and I fooled with it, and, well, like I say, some of you know the story on it. But anyway, I got fed up with it. Here I spent $900 on a brand new saw, and leaking oil everywhere. So I put it away. I put it up there and left it sit there up on that shelf. Probably been there for 6 to 8 months. A leakin beepin chainsaw, 2023 to 2024. Rest in peace. So I had to exhume the chainsaw because like I say, I like having a backup. I don't like not having a backup. So I tried and I tried for a month or more trying to fix that green thing out there. And if you don't know what that green thing is, it's one of them Poulans. And as I heard on the weekend, you pull on it and you pull on it and you pull on it and you pull on it, you pull at it. Anyway, I couldn't fix that. It should run. I don't understand what's wrong with it. But anyway. So now I'm back to this, because I don't have the kind of money to go buy another brand new saw, because more than likely it'll end up like this one. Be no good. No sense in me buying a used one, because it'll be no good. So I'm I don't know what I'm kind of at the point where I just don't know what to do. And oh, I know what some fellows are going to say. Oh, you got to buy this brand, or you got to buy that brand. Well, like I said, I got no money to go spending on saws and having them not work. So, new saws. And. So, anyway, I'm kind of forced to see if I can get this thing to run again. Now, the carburetor could be no good in it now. And it's probably still going to leak oil. So my thought is, if I could get a manual type of suction pump, just a small one, not a big one, to be able to suck the oil out of that after I'm done using it. Empty the thing out. Now, I know what you're going to say. You can just dump it back into your container. Well, that is just a recipe for a mess everywhere, that, with me anyway. So if I had something that was like a syringe type of thing or something that I could suck all the oil out of that, store it in the syringe thing, and have a cap on it. So that when I go to use this again, I could take that syringe thing and push all the oil back into here for the bar oil. When I'm done, suck all the oil out and keep it in the syringe. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Now, I shouldn't have to do that, but I don't know. I know the first time something goes haywire with this saw, I'm just going to get annoyed, and it's going to go back up there. But anyway, I got to try something. Like I say, I can't afford to buy a new one, and I don't like having one saw where you go to do something and the saw breaks down, and there you are. You won't get your job done. Some people go to the woods with only one saw. They find that's great, and they all the more power to them. I'm not like that, because I know what can happen to me. So that's just my thinking. So anyway, why I took this down was I wanted to find out how big that hole was, so I could kind of figure out what size of a thing I could get to put in there to suck that out. So, but I pretty well think, from what I'm seeing on the internet there, that most things will just have like a 3/8 hose on it or something, so there'll be no problem to fit in there. So then I need a hose about maybe 6 inches long, if that, and then I could just suck all the oil out of that tank. Put a cap on the end of it, and leave it with the saw, and maybe that'll fix my trouble. That saw's only got, I really doubt that it's got 2 hours of running on it. Anyway, you just can kind of see that the bar is certainly not scratched up too much. Anyway, so that's what I'm up against here today, I guess. It's just something I'm going to start fooling with. I got to find a suction thing that will hold the oil and have a cap on the end of it, so it'll store it. And I haven't found that yet, so I did see a couple on the internet, but I went to Princess Auto looking for one and didn't see any. So the other thing I went to Princess Auto for was, and you see them all the time on the ends of the racks, and they have a spot for all this stuff. And I was looking for a can of that. So anytime I've gone into Princess Auto, there's always cans of that somewhere. Well, today, not one can in the store. All kinds of the green ones, not one red one. It just makes you wonder some days what is going on. Anyhow, that's what I'm up to here today. So, like I say, nothing too startling or exciting. So once I figure that out and I get something, then I'll put some fuel in it. See if the beepin thing will run. And there you go. It is, it should be a good little saw. It's 43 cc, so it's got enough power. It's not really that heavy, it should be a nice little saw, and not made in China, it's made in Japan. It's supposed to be better. Yeah, right. Anyhow, there's my little rant for today, I guess. So now this is a great saw. That is just a wonderful little saw right there. And as I was saying about the wind, well, that's what I was outside picking up today. There's all kinds of those little ones like that. Well, smaller ones than that, but ones that are about that big too. So that's what one of the jobs this little Saker saw is good for. Sawing up stuff like that. So you can grab a hold of that branch with your left hand and use that little Saker saw in your right hand and saw it up into firewood or kindling. Yeah, oh, that's a dandy, that. And of course, because I don't have the money to buy a new saw, but if all of a sudden I fell into a whole lot of money, I would certainly consider an electric saw to replace that if I could find something. That is for sure, because that works great. Now, what else is going on here? Oh, there's some firewood I got in. If you've seen my last video or two, that I had some firewood in the trailer, so got some more firewood in. So now, but I've already burnt about 15 pieces out of that. Fire's on again today. So fire is on today. There now. And I've said before, I'm going to be burning up until about the first or second week in May. And I'm thinking I will be. There's only 1 week left in April, so it ain't going to warm up that quick. Before May. Anyway, I'm moving you around, I'm rambling and going on foolish. So what I'm going to do is set you up here somewhere if I can. I'll use that Saker saw to cut that up so I can show you what it does. Like I say, it's a great little tool. Like if you have small little roots coming out of the ground around your trees, you can use that Saker saw to saw them off. I've done that a couple of times. If you're doing small little projects with 2x4s or 2x2s, yeah, the Saker saw's got no trouble sawing them up if you're making something. Great things are cutting off the little branches and stuff like that off of the wood so you can stack it easier. If one is sticking out a little further than you want, no problem to saw it off. Yeah, it's a great little saw, I have to say. Now, I don't know where I'm going to set you up at. I'm still rambling and going on foolish. And I said this was going to be a short video. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know where I'm going to put you. So, well, maybe over here, and then I can saw over that way. That might be something. Sorry for all the moving around. Yeah, let's try right here maybe. Set you up on the John Deere here. There, look at that, boys. All right, this won't take long anyway. All right, so this is all you do basically to get this to go is just put the battery in. And I already have oiled this up. This is a manual, you can see, I guess, a manual oiler. So I've got a little thing in the toolbox there that's like an eyedropper kind of thing that's full of oil, and you just drop oil on the chain. And you do that every now and again. I shouldn't need to do that with this piece here. It's only a little bit solid, so. Anyway, that's a great little tool. You grab a hold of the stick, and you gotta do your measurements as to what you want for length. And now I have cut up to, I think it was a little over a 5-inch stick with it. It's only 4-inch bar, but you can just kind of go around and around and no problem. There, just as quick as that. Oh, it's a great saw that. And it doesn't matter what brand, this happens to be a Saker. But any of those little saws like that, handy, handy, handy tool. So then I just take the battery off. Battery back in the case. Put the saw back in the case. And the saw comes with a little tool to adjust the chain, to loosen up the chain, and then the screwdriver to set the chain. I bought a little file to sharpen it, and that's what I use to oil the chain. So it doesn't really take a whole lot of oil. Every now and again you just give it a few drops. That's all it needs. It's a great tool. And it comes in a nice little case that you can just pick up and go with. Yeah, there's quite a difference in the two saws. The Saker saw is a great little thing, and the leakin beepin is just a beepin. Alright, I think I'm going to end her at that, because I can kind of feel this is sort of a rant day in a way, maybe. I'm going to get to this maybe tomorrow. I thought maybe I'd do it today, but I'm going to get that mowing deck out and put it on that tractor right there. So that might be tomorrow. So anyway, have a great day wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, and we'll chat again soon.